This week, our question is... What is your favorite Adam Sandler movie and why? And I will say, not everybody can say Jack and Jill. If anybody even saw Jack and Jill.
I forgot that even existed.
Actually,
so does Adam Sandler. I'm going to start with Quackering because I know she is the biggest on the crew here in our little jungle.
The biggest Adam Sandler fan in the jungle.
Now it might just be disappointing. Yeah, I have two. I mean, Big Daddy and Billy Madison are my two favorites. I feel like I took two of the big ones, but like, they're incredible. I mean, Billy Madison, I think I like a little bit more. Like, I can still rewatch that movie very often. I could watch it a lot, and I'll still laugh out loud every time. I don't know why. It's very stupid, but I just love it so much.
That catapulted him from SNL star to like movie comedians. Like that was the one, I think.
Yeah.
I will tell you, every time I hear that guy say that speech during the contest at the end, I cannot. It is my favorite line almost. it's way up there in like maybe all time movie lines for me. It's so funny.
Yeah. Like when I was younger, I think I probably liked Billy Madison more. I mean, Big Daddy more, but now I love it so much. It's so fun.
66. I want to go to you next because I'm curious to see. I don't think Billy Madison is on your list.
It's definitely not. I get it once again for the nostalgia. I just think it's whatever. No, but I respect it. I understand why. And I had a tough time with this because I didn't see Uncut Gems.
Oh, that wasn't even on my list, but that's an interesting choice.
That was really good too.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed his more serious roles, but like I did like Murder Mystery, and that was like it's up there for. I enjoyed it. We talked about it. I'm stuck. I'm gonna probably go with Big Daddy. I thought he was trying in that movie to be a more like it was. I thought it was like him trying to evolve from that Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore into a more serious role person, even though there's really silly things in there. So I enjoyed that. Yeah, but I don't know. I also had on my list, like, I know people hate it. I actually did like 50 First Dates.
It was all right.
Yeah.
And I like Happy. I think Happy Gilmore was up there too.
I can see why you would pick 50 First Dates and Big Daddy because exactly what you said. They are Adam Sandler movies and they're silly, but he's trying to be a little more serious. Like he has a kid. Or he's trying to help her remember, stuff like that.
He's actually acting like an adult, not like Will Ferrell in...
Here comes...
what was that terrible movie that I can't think of?
Murder Mystery. It has to be Murder Mystery.
Ryan the Lion.
So I think my favorite Adam Sandler movie is The Wedding Singer. I love the music. I like that it is... similarly, I feel like he's goofy, but a little more serious. And I think that his chemistry with Drew Barrymore in that movie is awesome. It's probably the one that I've rewatched the most. I just think that's great. And I typically don't love rom-coms, but it was just such a good one and a good movie that it ended up being probably my favorite Adam Sandler movie.
That's funny. The person who doesn't like rom-coms picked the rom-com, the biggest one of his, I would have said it was for the rapping granny, probably, but
the rapping granny. The music in that movie is awesome. Yeah. Sometimes his songs will get stuck in my head still from that movie.
That's a good choice. I like that one. Walter, what about you?
Well, Billy Madison was definitely up there for me. I love that movie. But if I'm going to have to pick one, I'll pick 8 Crazy Nights. Love that one.
That was on my list.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Just everything
that's
about
literally
it.
last on my list.
Come on.
Well, that's coming from someone who doesn't like Step Brothers, so I get it. But his ability to just, do the different voices and the songs, and the moral at the end, I'm like, you know what, I like it. I think it's one of his better ones.
We really disagree on basically everything.
How though? But that one, like, there's no, like, well, no, I'm just saying, like, it's not a typical Adam Sandler.
Honestly, I feel like I enjoy all of Adam Sandler's movies, at least on some level. Yeah. Uncut Gems was probably his best performance. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
but, yeah. I mean,
I agree.
That movie just made me anxious a lot of the time, so that was...
Yes. I know.
I went with Happy Gilmore was I mean, it's one of his early ones, but that's one that I like. I could watch that one over and over again. And it is silly, but it's just, once again, it's like all of his movies. You like him because he plays this character that you like, and, you know, it kind of has a moral to the story. And he's doing it for his grandma. So it's kind of has all the, you know, the check marks. But that's probably my favorites. 8 Crazy Nights and Billy Madison were also on my list, I will say. But the two I had that were, I think are very underrated, in my opinion, are Bedtime Stories and Click.
Definitely
They were two made around the same time.
Click was good. I enjoyed that.
Click was good.
Yeah.
And they were like different. They weren't the same silly Adam Sandler. They actually had a very unique story. You know, he gets a remote that can do whatever he wants, or his bedtime stories are coming to life. I thought they were like underrated. When you think of Adam Sandler, you don't necessarily think of those two, obviously, at the top of your list.
But if we're talking underrated, I like Punch Drunk Love, I think, more than a lot of people.
I haven't seen that.
Click was good though. I when I was looking through Adam Sandler movies to prepare for this, that almost made the list, but.
Well, but my only memory of Click is just like how sad I was watching it.
Yeah.
It's very sad. Yep.
It must be a good
That's
movie
correct.
because I haven't watched it since the first time I watched it because I remember being so sad.
Yep.
It
So
was
like I
pretty
can't
sad.
even really speak to it other than that.
A Christmas Carol, right? Like it's that kind, like you see your future kind of,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
then he, you know, he hangs out with his dad more and his kids more and all kinds of stuff. So I thought it was an interesting take on that kind of story. But those are my little two underrated Adam Sandler movies. Well, in my opinion, there.
There's a couple I haven't seen, like Punch Drunk Love and Uncut Gems. There's a
Uncut
couple
Gems
more
is
as
really
well.
good.
Oh, you haven't seen that? Oh.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that if I saw that, I probably would have had that at the top of my list. But nostalgia and also just, you know, how many times I've seen Big Daddy and Happy Gilmore, you know.
You can't go wrong. I am glad nobody said like Overboard or Little Nicky or. Unfortunately, the list of bad movies he was in is probably just as equal as the list of good movies he was in. That's how we answered the question of the week. Do you agree or disagree? What's your opinion? Comment and tell us how you'd answer this question.